Hello, my name is Lisbeth Rodriguez. I'm currently majoring in accounting and I'm a senior. I hope to get a CPA certification. Our group is going to be discussing diversity management. Diversity management in organizational behavior creates behavioral scenarios such as coworker competition, different management characteristics, and business to business cultures. I'm not going to be passing it on to Susana. She's going to be discussing issues.
Hello, my name is Susana. I'm a senior and I'll be majoring in accounting as well as working toward my CPA certification. There's three issues that I just identified. Communication, which is confusion, misunderstandings, because due to the value of different values and beliefs, and there's disagreements, because based on the different ideas and performances. And then there's racism, prejudice, discrimination, since there's different backgrounds in the diverse management. And I'll be passing it down to them.
Alright, hello, my name is Daniel Grimm. I'm a senior here as well. I'm here for accounting and I hope to get a CPA certification in the near future. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is how companies utilize diversity management. One of the ways is which people can research different studies. They can learn about traits of diversity such as age, sex, ethnicities. And an example of that is in the Czech Republic, they did it for their agriculture because they were losing business as well as employees. They thought one of the problems was not enough diversity. So when they did their research, they found out that if they did add more diversity, they would get more business and get more employees. And then some companies don't really understand diversity management too well. Some companies, such as Twitter, actually only 3% of their company within their workplace is non-Caucasian. And then, in general, people in small companies do not work well. So now, companies that do a good job of it, they really exemplify diversity as a foundation for their success. Coca-Cola is a great example of it. What they try to do is they make sure that diversity is part of the future, and they do training and workshops within their employees to make sure they understand diversity. Then another example is Apple. Pretty much, they hire for diversity. I believe in the last years they doubled the amount of employees in their workforce based on ethnicity, gender, religion, etc. And then, good quote from Tim Cook, from CEO of Apple. He says that we celebrate their differences as a way to innovate and to get the company growing as well. I will be passing it on now to Jose, who will be talking about his interview.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Carlos. I'm also a senior. I'll be graduating in August 2016. I'm pursuing my degree in business administration. And I had the pleasure to interview Michael Garland, a senior construction manager at ComEd with 15 years of experience in construction management. And here are a few questions that I asked him. How do you think having different management characteristics could help the organization grow? And he stated that different management characteristics can promote, innovate, and change and better work environments. Unique characteristics provide a different angle and approach to daily business operations. The second question that I asked him was, does the diversity create coworker competition? Sorry. And he stated that ideally there would not be any competition in a diverse company because everyone is equal and has equal opportunity. Next up is Sid, and he also did a few more interviews. Sid.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadali Hajj. I'm here to talk about the second interview we did about a Deloitte employee. It's an accounting firm. I am pursuing a double major in accounting and management as well. I'm hoping to get my CPA, and in the future, hopefully 2 weeks ago, I can get my PhD in economics, which is a lot of work. But yeah, so the first question we asked him was simply, how do you think in your organization does diversity management create coworker competition? He simply responded by saying that since everyone has goals and dreams and all that throughout the firm, what they would do is that they would give each other feedback, learn from each other to actually reach their actual goal. The second question is, how do you think having the different managerial characteristics can help the organization grow? He said that we we kind of have two different style of managers. You have one that's strict. You have one that's less strict. He also said that his manager was actually really strict and wanted everything on time. So which is kind of a new way for like the associates to learn both ways. Where you can have someone who likes everything on time and on duty and on point, and then you do have a more laid back manager where you actually have to do most of the work, but as well as turning everything on time. Our third question is, can you give us some examples of business-to-business culture where diversity management was a breakthrough to reach the goal of such example as a business meeting? So apparently the day he responded to me, he gave me kind of an example where they had a client come in from China. They actually wanted for the client to employ them as like a consulting firm, but so much different cultures and all that. So they actually had a person from China with a little bit of Chinese culture background oversee the whole meeting. So which kind of does help in that situation. The third question is, I simply just asked him like, in your opinion, what is diversity management? He specifically just told me that it was the structural organization of the whole firm. So they have people from the Middle East, Africa, Europe, the US. So it kind of all comes into one big organization where they help each other, as well as the diversity management is not only about race. You also have female managers and you also have male managers as well. And the fifth question that I asked him was that, do you think every business should include diversity management in their work ethics? So why is it valuable for any company to have that diverse culture? He specifically said that every business should have diversity management, such as small or a huge firm as Deloitte as well. And then I will pass it on to Tim to take us away.
Hi, I'm Tim Terensic, and I'm working towards my business management degree as well as accounting, and one day I'd like to own my own business. All right, so everyone can talk about diversity management and what they think it means, how it happens, but until you actually see the numbers behind diversity management, you don't understand how big of an impact it truly has on a business. So, in the US, there was a study conducted over 366 businesses, and when conducting these studies, McKinsey found that businesses that had gender diversity were 15% more likely to perform above the average in their industry. And that number was even greater when you had ethnic diversity. They performed 35% higher above the average in the industry. All right, so in the US, the workforce in the US is 64% non-Hispanic or white, 16% Hispanic, 12% African American, and 5% Asian. Now these numbers, they translate over, but they don't translate as they should in the US. For Fortune 500 company CEOs, almost 96% of CEOs in Fortune 500 companies are white. Now, if only 64% of the workforce is non-Hispanic white, then why are 96% of CEOs white? That doesn't translate over well, and then it's even worse off for the Hispanic and African American totals and the women. Women in the U.S. total 50% of the entire workforce, but only 3% of total Fortune 500 company CEOs. So these numbers aren't fair, and they don't translate well for work diversity. All right. To conclude, everything in diversity management makes a difference, from getting different inputs from across different platforms of women, men, Hispanic, white, African American, Asian. There's a different perspective for every person in these diverse management worlds. All right. Some things we'd recommend for businesses. One thing I would recommend is make sure that you are ethically diverse. The more ethically diverse you are, the better you are likely to have success as a company. Again, if you're gender diverse, gender diversity also helps create a better work environment and will have higher chances of you being a profitable company. And then for success in the workplace, just keep all of your employees motivated, keep the competition well and alive between your employees with the gender diversity. And if there's any other questions you have, feel free to ask us.